D'abord, merci encore d'être avec nous cet après-midi dans l'enceinte de Huawei, dans le bureau de Huawei, pour vous présenter notre dernier, on va dire, flagship pour clôturer cette année, avec les Nova 10 Series. Donc, on va vous présenter cet après-midi Nova 10 et 10 SE, qui sont des bijoux. Vous allez voir dans quelques instants. Ahmed, mon collègue, va vous donner plus de détails sur qu'est-ce qu'il y a à l'intérieur, qu'est-ce qui fait que Huawei apporte toujours le meilleur dans nos produits. Et puis, juste après, vous aurez l'occasion de l'avoir en main, et c'est là que vous allez avoir la plus belle expérience en prenant le téléphone dans vos mains, et vous allez pouvoir tester. C'est une chose qu'on vous aura expliqué très rapidement. Merci, je laisse Ahmed commencer sa présentation.
Okay, thank you, Joel. Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Ahmed Al-Alfi. I'm the training manager for Huawei, so maybe I meet some of you for the first time. So we have two very exciting products today to introduce to you. As you see, the Nova 10 series. We have the Nova 10 and Nova 10 SE. The Nova series were always a popular series for Huawei, especially among the youngsters. Why? Because it comes with trendy design, right? The latest technology, and also always try to aim on the affordable price, right? So today we have the new generation from the Nova series. We will start with the Nova 10 SE. So the Nova 10 SE, the first device from the SE series that we launched here in Mauritius, it was early this year, the Nova 9 SE, if you remember it. So this is the new generation. And as you can see, we moved with the design language to make it more attractive, right? We have new colors this generation, and also we have some improvement from the last generation as well. So first, when we see the design, that's the silver one. I hope you have seen the phone already, right? So it has the matte finish at the back. So this means when you're using the phone, even without the case, it won't attract fingerprints. So it will still look nice without any fingerprint, so you don't have to keep wiping it. And at the same time, with the matte finish, it still reflects the light in a very beautiful way. So this is a phone that has a really beautiful design that meant to be used without the case. Of course, if you want to put a case that to protect the phone, that will be your choice. But as you can see, the phone has that elegant, classic style with the silver and the gold ring coming. That's what we call actually the star orbit ring. And we started this trend early this year with the Nova 9 with the star orbit ring design. Moving on to the thickness of the phone from the front and from the side. So it's only 7.39 millimeter, so it's very slim. Holding in the phone for a long time, again, it will be comfortable to hold for a long time. The display here has a really slim frame for people who like to watch videos, for people who like to play games on their phone. So it will give you an immersive experience when you're using this display. We have three colors for the 10 SE. The starry silver, so this is a silver and gold. And then we have the starry black. Again, the same gold ring, but this time the phone is matte black. So the silver and the black, same texture, matte, and it reflects the light in some, give you a beautiful light shade when it reflects on it. And we have this new color, the mint green. I think we have the green one here right now. So the green is like, we can say a little bit of a funky style. If someone wants some color that pops out, the green one would be something nice. We haven't launched this kind of green on these devices before.
And maybe I can add something. Talking about the colors, Huawei has always been the one who bring new colors to a smartphone since P series. And this is another new color that will be available in Mauritius, which is very, very nice to have in hand.
Yes, yeah. Speaking of colors, also maybe most of us in this room remember the Nova 3i. It was a very stylish device. It had the color, what do you call it, Aurora blue, right? So it was reflecting purple, blue, green, red at the same time. So this trend, actually Huawei started it with mixing colors together. Maybe this phone on the black and the silver is more classical look to it, but the green stays to the root of the Nova design philosophy. Moving on to one of the things that makes this phone unique is that it has the second generation 108 megapixel high resolution camera. And again, this is one of the highest resolution camera that you can find at this price. So this means it will give you like sharper images, clearer, and more details. Because again, the higher the resolution of the image, the more details you will get on your photo, on a smartphone, of course. We have also at the back 2 other cameras, the 8 megapixel for ultra wide. The 8 megapixel for ultra wide to be able to fit more people, more objects for the wider field of view images. And we have the other sensor, the 2 megapixel for macro, to shoot really small objects or come really close to objects as close as 4 centimeters. The front camera here is 16 megapixel. It's an AI selfie camera. Again, this will be working with the back camera of what we call vlog mode. So you can use the front and back camera at the same time to shoot a video in a split screen mode. Moving on to the front camera also supports wide angle selfies. So it's, the field of view here is 112 degrees. So again, if you're taking group selfies or you're trying to show what's behind you, this will be ideal for the Nova 10 SE. And we talked about the vlog mode. I think the vlog mode is it's a very nice feature, and I think it would be interesting for your line of work as well. So here, for example, this is the Nova 10, right? If we move to vlog, you will have a different modes here, right? So you have rear, front, and then you have rear front, like both of them at the same time. So as you can see here, this is the back camera, this is the front camera. And I can record the video using the front and the back camera at the same time in a split screen mode. Let's say, for example, the traditional vlog, which someone is making some sort of documentary about anything, right? A place or an object they are trying to take a photo of. There is another mode called picture-in-picture. So what picture-in-picture does, it shows the front camera here in a small window, so you can see the person who's talking, but the back camera is still focusing on what's behind the camera. So using this phone, you will be in front and behind the camera at the same time.
Which is the best scenario for our friends from the media, I guess.
Yeah, but that's why I said that it will be really useful for this line of work. So you can make a comment on something, and at the same time, the camera is on you and on the thing that you're trying to show at the same time. So this is the vlog mode. A part also of this, the special feature for this is that you can switch between the front and the back camera in the same video. So let's say I am opening here, this is the back camera here, and I'm recording a video, and I want to swap to the front camera. I don't have to stop the video and start recording again to switch to the selfie camera. I can swap in the same video without stop recording. So vlog mode is a very interesting feature, right? We offered it first on Nova 9 early this year, and we have seen some really nice videos online that people really love this feature and try to use it to upload videos to social media and all this vlog within the vlog experience. Also, the charging experience here is very special, right? So you have 66 watt supercharged technology. This is one of the most popular Huawei technology when we offered it with, again, the Nova 9 early this year. So 66 watt, meaning that you can take the battery from 0 to 100% in just 38 minutes.
And We are just doing a demo right now. We have 3 witnesses, 1, 2, 3. I showed them that the phone started at 0%. It was no battery, and it's already at how many percent?
23.
23%.
Was 0.
Since you started your presentation.
So let's say it happened to all of us. Sometimes you just go to sleep at night, you forget to charge your phone. You wake up in the morning, maybe your phone is completely dead or 5%. Just putting it on charge for 10-15 minutes, you can get up to 40%, 50%. So this is a really nice feature that we all feel related to. Even in any field you work, you're a student, you're working, you're someone who maybe rely on your phone for work, you rely on your phone for multimedia. Battery is something that we all, fast charging and battery, this is something we all need in our daily life, no matter what you use the phone for. So the battery here is 4,500 milliamp with a 66 watt. The 66 watt charger, of course, in the box. You don't need to purchase the charger separately, so it comes with the phone in the box.
Very important.
Moving to the display. So the display here is 6.67 inch OLED Huawei display, full view display. And the display here being OLED will give you, of course, vivid colors, so really nice colors. Brightness in sunlight, you'll be able to see the screen in sunlight. And also it supports 90 Hz refresh rate. 90 Hz refresh rate meaning that the display is really fluid in animations. Like, for example, switching between apps, scrolling on a web page, playing a game that's supported like PUBG. So it will give you really nice experience in anything that moving has animation to it. All right. So this screen, of course, is Full HD plus, and it has, as I said in the first slide, that the frame around the display is really slim, so almost 92% screen to body ratio. Again, immersive experience for multimedia or gaming. Moving on to something new, also it's the first time we offer at this price point that this phone comes with 256 gigabyte storage. This is actually the first smartphone that we'll have here in Mauritius under 20,000 rupees that comes with 256 gigabyte.
And
now,
this is something I would like to highlight again, because when you mentioned that, it's undeniable. You know that in this price range, this is very important.
well, nowadays when you record photo or video, the cameras are getting more advanced, but the storage stays the same. So one photo, for example, with the full sensor, without doing the cropping, it will be maybe 10, 12 megabytes, that's for photo. Recording a 4K video, maybe it will take you like 2-3 gigabytes. So having a big storage now has to come by default with most of the smartphones, because the optics of the camera are getting more advanced. So this is something that you should consider. Also, games are getting more graphic intensive, so the assets for games are taking more space. So 256 gigabyte, I think it will be something that more people will be able to make the best use out of it, especially multimedia consumers. 8 gigabytes of RAM should give you like a better multitasking experience. So if you're using too many apps at once, 8 gigabytes of RAM will give you like a fluid experience when you're switching between applications. So this is the Nova 10 SE, right? It comes in 3 beautiful colors, black, green, and silver. 90 Hz display, very slim form factor, OLED display, 6.67 inch, 66 watt supercharger with the charger in the box, of course, and you have the Star Orbit ring designed for the camera with 108 megapixel and the vlog experience. Okay, so this is the first device we are introducing to you today. The second device in the Nova 10 series, which is the more...
Before we go to the second one, do you have any questions on the Nova 10 SE?
What's the resolution of the videos?
The videos?
Okay.
This one is Full HD.
60 frames.
Yeah, 60.
The 66 watt charger is in the box.
Yeah. We won't tell you it's 66 watt until you go buy it. Of course, like, it's in the box. Yeah. Right.
How many hours we can record? You say that while watching and recording, the time is not the same. How many hours we can?
You mean to fill the storage completely?
No. How many hours before the battery goes under 20? If I'm 100%, to go to 20.
Well,
20%.
this again depends. Which resolution you're using?
Normal.
Yeah, if you record like full HD videos, for example, again it depends on the condition, but I would say maybe within 3-4 hours, right? But you have to consider that the battery will heat up when you're recording for a long time. So you shouldn't. This is again something like cameras, DSLR, mirrorless cameras. How long you've been recording now? Maybe 20 minutes.
With
16 minutes, right? If we go beyond, and this is a Huawei phone, right? This is also a Huawei phone. So you have to watch the battery capacity and the battery temperature when you're recording, because you're using all the resources of the phone. You're using the camera, using the processor, using the battery. So you shouldn't record continuously for long hours. This is not something. Maybe you can take a little bit gap in between.
My question is, how many hours? Maybe here I will be filming 30 minutes and go elsewhere. There will be 1 hour. So the time I can use the phone before it comes to that 20% level.
Well, again, it depends. I can't give you an exact time because it rely on the, for example, the screen brightness. Maybe you're putting the brightness 50%. Maybe you're using the live from Facebook. Maybe you're recording from the camera app. So it depends. But one thing for sure, that this battery, if you're using it in a normal case scenario, it will stay with you maybe 1 day or 1.5 days. Okay, so this is the Nova 10 SE. So this is the full specs. It comes with the chipset Qualcomm Snapdragon 680, right? 3 colors and 8 plus 256.
I'm just showing the phone to everyone, then you can switch to Nova 10.
Yeah, right.
This is a demo phone, so you can see physically what it looks like. Green color.
Moving on to the second device today, and this is the more premium one among the two, right? The Nova 10. And the Nova 10 here, you will see that this also follow the same design language. The star orbit ring with silver, gold, black, and gold. So let's talk about the design of the phone first. So as you can see, the display here is curved around the edges. The phone is really slim, so 6.88 millimeter, so less than 7 millimeter, which means it's a very slim phone. Also, the weight of the phone is 168, so lightweight, slim form factor. So again, when using the phone for a long time, it will be really comfortable to keep using it for a long time. The bezels here around the display are very going all the way till the edge. Again, for multimedia consumer who play games or watch videos, it will be a really nice and pleasing experience to use this phone. A star orbit ring, again the design philosophy of the Nova series. You have here the main camera in the middle with a gold ring, and highlighted the whole camera compartment with this gold beautiful frame, mentioning the capacity of the camera and also the AI, mentioning AI triple camera. We have 2 colors here. We have the starry silver, right, and we have the starry black. So the black also has some gold in it, but it's again low profile for people who prefer something like a Sato, right? And silver and gold if you want something that's really flashy. But both phones are very unique design. It's hard to mistake these two, the Nova 10 with anything in the market. Like if you see this phone, I don't think there is any phone, especially the silver one, that looks the same design. So the display, it's 120 Hertz refresh rate. It's 6.67 again, but the difference between the 10 SE and the 10, this one is curved. It's an OLED display, and it supports 10-bit colors. 10-bit colors meaning that it's 1 billion colors compared to the traditional displays, which is 16 million. So the colors on this display should be really accurate compared to other phones at the same price point. The selfie camera, which is the first time we offer 60 megapixel selfie camera. So this is a really high resolution selfie camera here. I think that's again the first smartphone that we have in Mauritius here that has 60 megapixel selfie camera. Not only that, this camera also is an ultra wide angle selfie camera. So you will be able to switch the focal length of the camera. So here again, this is the Nova 10. If I switch to the selfie camera here, right? So that's the how wide it can go. So from here all the way here.
If you put it in landscape, you get everyone in the picture.
Yeah. So here is the white, which is 1, right? If I want to get it. So that's how wide it gets. So you can see all of you are in one frame, including here. So 60 megapixel ultra wide, so you'll be able to take group selfies, fit more people, more objects if you're trying to take a video, for example, with something behind you that you try to highlight. Speaking of videos, this camera supports 4K videos. So you can use the front camera to take 4K ultra wide videos. The charging system, again, we have the 66 watt supercharged technology, similar again to the Nova 10 SE. So it can go from 0 to 100% in 36 minutes with the total capacity of the battery 4,000 milliamp. Again, the charger comes in the box. And just like the Nova 10 SE, it can be life-saving for some customers who maybe don't have time to spend to sit somewhere to wait for the phone to charge, or maybe they forgot to charge it in the morning before they leave the house.
Charger in the box.
Yeah, I said that twice.
I will stop reminding you.
I said that twice. Yeah, so the back camera. The back camera here we have 3 cameras. But if you notice here that the camera on the top does 2 functions. So the 8 megapixel camera here can do macro shots, and at the same time it can shoot ultra wide. So it's 8 megapixel, it's an ultra wide, and at the same time it can take macro shots up to 2 centimeters. So 2 functions here in the same camera. The main camera here in the middle is 50 megapixel. This is, we call it ultra vision, because the sensor here has a special technology. I'm sure some of you will be familiar with the term RGB. Most of the camera sensors are RGB, right? This camera sensor here is RYYB. So we replace the G, which is green, by yellow. This is a technology we have been using since the P30 Pro, right, in the flagship. Now we're moving it to the, we can say, the high-end smartphones. So the purpose here of removing the G and replacing it with Y, that the yellow, the pixels that are yellow are much brighter than the green. So it absorbs more light compared to the green. So this should give you better photos in low light compared to other cameras which in this price segment that are RGB sensor. Okay, so that's why we call it ultra vision camera. The third camera on the bottom here is 2 megapixel, so it takes portrait shots, depth shots to help blur the background in the photos to give you some bokeh effect. So this is an example of the super night shots, or the night mode. So if you're taking a photo in low light, you can switch to the night mode, and while you're taking a photo, you will have the timer. For the ones who are familiar with Huawei devices, so this is the night mode, for example. When I take a photo, you will see that there will be a timer. Here the light is good, but when it's in low light, it will show you a timer here to that will take a long exposure shot to capture as much light as possible. Portrait video, so we know the portrait photo, which is like the background is blurred. Now we're using the same technology here with portrait video. So actually the camera can take a video with blurring everything around the subject or the object in focus. How can you switch to this mode? From the camera again, you will have to go to vlog, right? And you can choose the portrait video. So portrait video will take a video with a blurred background. So this is the Nova 10. It comes in two colors, silver and black. The highlight here, the 60 megapixel, is the first smartphone in the market to come with 60 megapixel selfie ultra-wide angle camera. You have the 8-256, so both phones will come in 8 gigabyte of RAM, 256 gigabyte of storage. And you have here, of course, the OLED display, the curved OLED, 120 Hz. You have the chipset here, Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G. Any questions about the Nova 10?
Video again?
Sorry?
4K video?
4K. 4K in front and back.
Front and back.
Okay, 60 pretty much.
Yeah.
It supports double number SIM, double number SIM.
Yeah. Double non-SIM.
No extension for storage.
I think this one comes like with the nano
yeah.
SD card, which is not available in most, but you know, 256. I doubt it. You will finish it at least in the first year. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? All right. So okay, this is my part for now, Joel.
Thank you, Ahmed. 256 gigs, like you mentioned. For example, I've been using this phone for nearly 3 years, and I've reached 161 gigs. Knowing that I've done so many videos of my kids, pictures, everything, WhatsApp sending me pictures. So this is what customers want right now when they spend that much money for a phone. And both of them are 8 gigs of RAM and 256 internal storage. One important thing. Second one is the 66 watt supercharge, which is today also very important. Forget about if you charge at night or not. Your job is to cover everything when you go for media events, whatever. And sometimes it takes a lot of battery to do pictures and video on your phone. But you can charge it 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's already okay for you to do the rest of the day. I'm thinking about you especially, and you also. Only the phone and using it for everything, video, interview, etc. Second aspect also to mention, point B, is that the charger is in the box. Ça c'est la troisième fois que je le dis. And this is also a very important thing. Third thing is about the camera. So we have a front 60 megapixel camera for the Nova 10, which is one of the top right now, and that you can confirm. And for the Nova 10 SE, one of the main aspects also is the back camera. So all of these are right now in your hands. If you want more information, Ahmed can help you to reply to your questions.
The material at the back, it's what kind of material?
It's a kind of gloss for the Nova 10 and Nova 10. So frosted gloss. The Nova 10 also comes with dual speakers.
Okay.
So it has stereo speakers.
Le téléphone était à 0. Maintenant, ça s'est affiché. Voilà. Voilà.
Yeah.
Après, tu vas regarder.
C'est le même?
Oui, c'est le même. Il y a des caméras qui peuvent trouver ça. Des questions?
Le prix.
Ah, c'est la question la plus importante.
The price.
Allez. Juste prix.
Allez, on fait get the price. Je ne vais pas demander à Florian et à Stéphane parce que j'imagine qu'ils ont déjà la réponse. Quelqu'un peut donner le prix, Marek, comment tu...
Quand il y a 19
On
000,
parle de Nova 10 par exemple.
19 000
19 000
à monter.
à monter. Nova 10 ou Nova 10 SE?
Non, on a 10.
Nova 10, Nova 10 SE.
On est 16 000.
Ok. Ok. Tu peux pas
Gaël, essaye.
Non, pas on est, hein.
Vous voulez essayer de donner le prix?
C'est qui gagne bon prix, le gagne téléphone là.
Nova 10, 50 000.
C'est qui va payer de payer.
Et Nova 10 SE? 18. Et Nova 10 SE? 18. Donc 50 000 et 18 000. Okay, you can reveal the price.
I reveal the price.
Can we have a
You should reveal the price.
Can we have a
My job
dramatic
is all
reveal?
about- No, we don't have dramatic effect today for the price. It's you go.
Go.
No, that's okay. It's okay.
I will do it. You've done the training already just now. You can.
Yeah, the Nova 10 SE it's 18,999, and the Nova 10 is
25,999. Sorry. 25,999.
24 999.
Non, c'est 25 999 pour le Nova 10 et 18 999 pour le Nova 10.
1000 disclosed.
Yes, you were close.
who will close?
Yeah, I think the 10 was 24,999.
Yeah.
It's 25. And the SE
Donc pas loin, pas loin.
SE was like 18,999.
Yeah, but remember, at these prices, you used to get far less value than this.
Et ça c'est un point important. Le téléphone Nova 10 et Nova 10 SE, les téléphones, pardon, les smartphones Huawei Nova 10 et Nova 10 SE seront en précommande à partir de vendredi 21 octobre jusqu'au 27 octobre. Et pendant la précommande, vous allez aussi avoir en cadeau le Freeless Life. Je ne l'ai pas avec moi, mais je suppose que la plupart d'entre vous avez déjà vu le Freeless. Ça c'est la version light. Une jolie couleur aussi, c'est la couleur verte, si je ne me trompe pas. Et aussi un autre accessoire en cadeau. Et les deux cadeaux au total sont d'une valeur de 3199 roupies pendant la précommande. Donc je répète, du 21 octobre au 27 octobre. Et le téléphone sera disponible sur le marché à partir du 28 octobre. Donc le vendredi 28, disponible chez tous les revendeurs agréés Huawei et dans tous les brands stores. Des questions? Non?
Pour les cadeaux, c'est Freeless.
Freeless Light, plus un accessoire. Non, par plus, ça c'est. En cas de plus, ça c'est pour autre chose.
Une accessoire, ça va.
Merci. Si vous n'avez pas d'autres questions, je vous laisse profiter un petit peu.
About the battery, what is the difference of
Très bonne question.
4 and 4,000?
Because these are totally different products.
Yeah.
They're the same series, but remember that the Nova 10 is 6.88. It's very slim.
Okay.
So this comes on the expense of the battery to make it more elegant design.